this Ramadan.
Assalamu alaikum and welcome back. It is 11:39 and we're going into another interview soon, but just a quick one. I want to talk about Emergivac. Emergivac Sharia, South Africa's first and only fully compliant Sharia compliant medical and wellness product, which is all our listeners from a beautiful Ramadan Kareem. You can download the Emergivac. I hope I'm getting that right. Emergivac app today and get a free immediate access to Emergivac Sharia collection of du'as, hadith, Quran, and much more. So that's Emergivac for you. Please check out their new app today. Assalamu alaikum and welcome back, Saira. How are you? Are you feeling okay? Is
How are
everything
you?
going well? I'm good, getting there. I know we have our last interview. We're looking
Okay,
for.
Yasmien, I have no sound coming from your
Can
mic.
you not hear me?
I cannot
Can
hear
you
you.
Okay, let's check on that. I believe you cannot hear me. Okay, I'm not mute, so
I think we have a technical issue
yeah.
because I can't hear you.
Okay, let's see what's happening. I think our gremlins are. Okay, they say you need to reconnect. Can you reconnect, Saira? Let's have Saira reconnect. Can you hear me now, Saira? Okay, I think we have lost Saira as well. Can you hear me now? Assalamu alaikum. Are you back? Okay. We seem to have lost Saira as well. What we'll do now, I think, is we'll have to go into another ad break before we can. I think it seems that we have some technical issues on our side. I'm just testing to see. Okay. Let's see what we have there. I think we're going to go into an ad break. Yes, I think we have some technical issues. I'm not sure what's going on. We apologize. I think it's Ramadan and we're all in the scatterbrain mode at the moment. So as we reconnect with Saira, it seems like it's taking a longer than usual. I'm going to redo the Emergivac Sharia, South Africa's first and only Sharia compliant family medical Tafakul and wellness product, which is all our listeners at Ramadan Kareem. You can download the Emergivac app today and get a free immediate access to Emergivac Sharia collection of du'as, hadith, Quran, and much more. And we still don't have Saira back online. I think we should break for an ad. Let's just see if we can go into another ad break.
Salam Media live from our headquarters in South Africa. This is Salam Media, keeping you company this Ramadan.
The people of Palestine need your support now. Africa Muslims Agency is on the ground, already providing food, medication, and emergency supplies in Gaza. Donate any amount to Heal Palestine at africamuslimsagency.co.za. Africa Muslims Agency, empowering, educating, inspiring.
From samosas and half moons to cook sisters and roti, everything between iftar and sehri makes sunfoil cooking oil an essential part of your Ramadan. Approved by the Heart and Stroke Foundation as part of a healthy diet, this blessed month, give your family the best with sunfoil, because tradition just tastes better.
Discover the Africa of your dreams and surround yourself with her spectacular beauty. Relax beneath her serene sunsets and explore wildlife at its natural best. It's where the pride of Africa comes together. The Kwantu Private Game Reserve. Get to know the Big Five or cruise on an elephant safari game drive. Interact with lion and tiger cubs and enjoy world-class halal cuisine while we pamper you during your 5-star stay. Indulge in the true African experience. For reservations, call now on 042 203 1400 or visit kwantu.co.za. The Kwantu Private Game Reserve, the place of gathering.
You are listening to Salam
it's
Media
because they changed
live from
the
our
mic.
headquarters in South Africa. This is Salam Media, keeping you company this Ramadan.
Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum and welcome back. We are at 11:45 and we still have a beautiful lady called Phumelele Sakina Dolamo joining us. Sakina, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Assalamu alaikum, sister. Welcome to the show.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
Do you want to share something just for time? Because I know we press for time now. I just want you to share a little bit about yourself so our listeners can know more of who Phumelele Sakina is.
If some of your listeners are familiar with me, I am a life coach specializing in relationships. And obviously, I'm a Muslimah and I enjoy being part of the Muslim community. I enjoy the life that I do. I'm a mom, I'm a businesswoman, and that's in short, and a lover of life.
Jazakallah so much, Sakina. And tell me, how has your Ramadan been going?
You know what? 2024 has been so hectic. So Ramadan came, and I think I'm just trying to slow things down basically with Ramadan. So I've minused some of the things that are just making life a bit hectic. And I just said, you know what? Hold up a bit. It's Ramadan. Let me just focus on the month of fasting for now.
Okay, so it's a month of fasting and you want to focus on family as well. You want to share how is that family, how your family played an important part of your life? Do you want to share some of that information from your family background?
Ramadan time, it definitely means family time, Um, when it's Ramadan, I know I'll be looking forward to iftar, what my mother will be preparing for iftar, and my mom loves cooking, so I know she'll be inventing recipes or something just to have for us during iftar. And we love pasta, my sisters and I, my brother, we love pasta, so I know she'll be cooking up some nice pasta recipes for us. And obviously it's a spiritual journey, so we'll be reading du'as together, and my mother will definitely make sure that we understand, because for my mother, understanding Islam was very important to us. And I always tell people my mother is very strict. She will
Mm-hmm.
shout you, she will be so strict on so many things. But surprisingly, when it comes to Islamic things, she always like taught us in a very soft manner. She always like would make a joke if we are running late for Salah. She would say something like, "Oh, you remember in the grave, Munkar and Nakir, you'll be alone there when they are questioning you."
Yeah.
So she would say such things, and it will be something serious, but in a joke form, so that we take, our salah seriously, so that we take our fasting seriously, we take our hijab seriously,
Mm-hmm.
So she always like made it in such a way that whatever she teaches us about Islam, it's not about her, it's not about doing it for her, but it's about doing it for our relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Ameen, Tuma, Ameen. And do you feel that Ramadan is a time to strengthen family bonds and instill values in our younger generation?
I think Ramadan it's perfectly that time, that's why I say it's a time for slowing down and cutting out on your other focuses and you just sit down with your kids. If you can, you share lectures, as I tell them, please do your homework quickly so that we can do something for the month of Ramadan. So I printed for them these Ramadan activity books. I don't know if you are familiar with them. I printed those Ramadan activity books, so they have to sit and do some of the activities for the day. And we have some storybooks that we are reading for each day. So it is a family time for me, especially the month of Ramadan.
Subhanallah. Saira, do you have a few questions for our sister Sakina?
Yes. Assalamu alaikum, sister. How are you?
Wa alaikum
So,
salam, Sister Sarah. Alhamdulillah, and how are you?
Alhamdulillah. Sister, I just love for you to touch on what the Quran means to you during this beautiful month.
You know, before when we are younger, we learned that during Ramadan we should try and to finish the Quran cover to cover. But I've adopted a more 50-50 strategy. I aim to read half of the Quran in Arabic, and then I also aim to read half of the Quran in English with the tafsir that is there. So it's just to get more meaning, out of the revelation of the Quran, what each ayah means, why was it revealed, how is it relevant in my life right now, because when you tell people the Quran was revealed 1400 years ago, people feel like, oh, okay, it means it's something that's no longer relevant. So I try to look as much as possible for the relevance of the Quran. I have a notebook that I buy specifically for reading and the tafsir of the Quran and what I take from that. So I make notes on the journal, what I understand, how is it applicable in my life, and how I reflect how I can use this verse to take my life forward from the month of Ramadan. So I learned, I think, on one of the TikTok alims, so to say, that
Yeah.
strategy. So I think it's about 3 years now that I've adopted that strategy, that I sit with a journal and I read a verse with its tafsir and reflect on it.
Subhanallah. Subhanallah. May Allah accept of you, sister, and may Quran be our lives. May we love Quran. Subhanallah. May we
Inshallah.
love Quran.
Ameen.
So Yasmeen, are we good for time? Can I ask one more question?
Yes, you can. You can go in with one more question. We are pressed for time, but we'll go slightly over,
Okay.
inshallah.
So, Sister Sakina, one question for you with regards to Quran again. How are you finding that Quran is changing your life since you've started this beautiful journey now, where you're digging deeper with Quran?
It's so funny. When I got married, my husband told me that, like his favorite verse is surely with the remembrance of Allah do hearts find rest. And when you're younger, you've got less challenges, less problems. So you don't focus too much on always doing dhikr, or you do dhikr because you listen to a lecture and you're reminded, oh, okay, my dhikr, it's something that you do because it's something that you have to do. But as you get older, as you face challenges, and as you realize actually that what dhikr is actually calming. When you are just so worried about something and your mind can't focus on anything else, surely with the remembrance of Allah do hearts find rest. And it's so funny this Ramadan, because what I do with the ayats, I just open random ayats. And again, on the first of Ramadan, I just randomly opened the Quran, and it was Surah Ra'd. And that was the ayat that I was reading. Surely with the remembrance of Allah do hearts find rest. And I felt like, okay, it's really talking to me now, because since 2024 started, I've just had a chaotic 2024. I got sick really bad. So I felt like, okay, it's talking to me. I get the
Alhamdulillah.
message.
Don't we just love when that happens? It's absolutely
Really,
amazing
yeah,
when it
I felt
happens.
like, oh, okay, it's really talking to me right now.
Subhanallah.
Subhanallah. Miracle of Quran. Subhanallah. Subhanallah.
Subhanallah. Jazakallah so much, Sakina, for joining us. We are pressed for time, so I'm going to cut this interview short because we need to go into our competition after the break and we are running slightly over time. Jazakallah so much for joining us, and we hope to chat to you again soon, inshallah. I think I want to know more. So we'll bring you on our show again sometime, inshallah, and later on. Jazakallah so much. We're breaking for an ad and then we go into our exciting competition.